welcome to Mini Medi. Today's topic is peace. Peace within, peace around, and I'm wearing orange to represent peace. It's actually the color for this weekend for people who want to make changes in the world. And there is extreme violence and gun violence going on, and it's becoming more and more normal. It's like, I hate to use that word, but normal just means common. It's becoming more and more commonplace, and this is how most of us don't want to live this way. Some people are burying their head in the sand because they are owned by lobbyists, and so they have a stake in it. So there's no consequence to people who are making some of these laws. And a lot of people like myself want to change the laws and make them more strict. I am for freedom, and I am for people having guns to protect their families and protect their homes. And if there's someone coming into your home and they mean you harm, I'm okay with harm being done to someone who wants to do you harm. I'm okay with that. I believe in gun ownership, and I will leave it at that. I am not for violence. I'm for peace, and I'm for change, and I'm for disrupting the status quo if it means the governments are being run not by the people's majority of opinion. I think people are voted into office for the people, not for money, not for greed, not for a small segment of people who are just doing it to just being obstinate so that they can make money. And it's disgusting. I am disgusted about that. And so I'm definitely a person who votes and a person who gets out there and still keeping love in your heart and your mind is also so important. And unfortunately, what I find to be the most sad is all the assumptions. So if I wear orange, some group of people think, oh, you want to take my gun, you want to do this, and it's like, whoa, who said that? It's really sad how people are reading into so much. That is causing so much disharmony in the world. You can't just jump to well, I guess you can, but it's unhealthy to jump to conclusions when someone says something, and such a lazy way to conduct yourself. And just, if you're confused about what someone means, just ask them instead of jumping to conclusions. That's pretty sick and unhealthy. That is, a lot of people do have mental health problems in our world, and that is jumping to conclusions. And like, if I have a flag out, it doesn't mean this or that or the other. You Whatever it is, it's like amazing how people want to just go ah. I think there's such a big difference. People who are reactive and people who are responsive. Reactive is an emotional charge, and it's not healthy. So when you are engaging your mind and your heart, you are more likely to be responsive to individuals. And responsive to individuals also means you are a responsible adult. It definitely does not seem like the world is being operated right now by responsible adults. You quite often are asking, where are the adults in the room? It's like when children are more wise than the adults because we basically do learn. I'm sure you may have heard of everything we learned. We learned in kindergarten, everything we need to know. We learned in kindergarten. So true. So true. I mean, when the children of the world are more wise than their parents or the adults, we have to wonder who the authority is. We want authority people to be the people in leadership. We want them to be responsive, responsible. We want them to uh, be honest, not jump to conclusions, not lie, not create distrust within the communities. And we need to heal. It is time to change and time to heal. So many conspiracy theories going on, and people reading into things and reading too much and reading misinformation. And like it used to be, there was the news. It's really big. There used to be the news, and it was pretty good. And then there was this National Enquirer type misinformation. And now misinformation, woo, and like it's opposite. The what we hear that's true is so small. What we're hearing for misinformation is so big. And then people wonder why there's so much mental health problems. Why? Because people are being lied to from every direction and forgetting to be grounded, forgetting the basics of life. And we need to get back to the basics of life, basics within us. And I don't want to preach to everybody. I'm just saying it all begins like with yourself. So if you want peace, start with your inner peace and your marriage of your mind and heart, I guess would be a good thing. uh, I definitely am not going to normalize things that are common. um, I refuse to accept the unacceptable, and I will continue to expect good things and have hope for good things. And I have faith, and blind faith, yes. And faith without works is dead. So I definitely believe in action. And I totally believe in voting. And as I've stated before, I vote mostly in honor of the women who went before me who couldn't vote and who just worked and gave so much of themselves and effort to make that change so that they can be considered a human being with the ability to vote. And the powers that be, so to speak, who just are just, it's just been going on for so long and so long, and it hasn't even always been that way in certain communities. The women were more the matriarchal societies, and I'm okay with both. I like a combination. However, I like when everyone works in harmony. There's also a lot of lies that a lot of life is based on that people are totally unaware of. So it's education is good. And we can't even depend on the educational system to teach us that. You have to educate yourself and ask questions. Curious, curious, curious. I have always been curious. And I think that's a beautiful gift to be curious and ask questions. Don't make assumptions, please. So, so we're just going to do a little meditation and to have balance in your mind, balance in your heart. ask questions, but ask questions to wise people, not to just people who just give a knee jerk reaction to your questions who make no sense. No sense. You tend to, if you're really an open person, you tend to know what the truth is. You know when someone's just playing you and they're just self-serving. But there are also, I don't want to blame you for believing and being gullible, because there actually are some really good liars out there that are good cons, and you have to read between the lines sometimes and know. So you will know people by the work they do, what they're doing. If they're saying, if their words aren't matching their actions, well, yeah, bye bye to them, and you're not going to invest in them. You're not going to vote for them if that's the case. You're not going to spend time with them. You move toward what you feel is the good and beautiful choice, and to have the most peace, not just being self serving, but being other serving, God centered, good centered, same thing to me. So that's what we're going to discuss. So get comfortable, and you can put your hands out and in front of your heart chakra or your power center, which is by your belly button, and develop that core so you can be empowered. So we're going to just pray. Take 3 deep breaths in and get centered and still within you. Just for today, when people talk to me, I'm going to communicate from my heart and really consider with my mind, my still mind, peaceful mind. I'm going to consider what they're asking and answer truthfully from my heart. And if I don't know something, then I don't know something. I'm going to just communicate from a peaceful place within me and take time that I need to answer in a positive way, and to really consider other people's view and position in life. People will be responsive when you are not coming at them with force. And it's important to live in harmony as much as possible and not try to force your way with people. Meet people halfway, and just for today, I will do my part and meet people halfway. I can meet people halfway and relax in my decisions and choices and communication today. If I have a question about what someone means, I will ask them in calm stillness. I am responsible and I am an adult. I am responsive. I am not reactive. I am calm, cool, and collected in this day. Take a deep breath in and release. And remember, it's important to really think with your mind and your heart and be still. And really, you can tell by listening to yourself and listening to people when they speak where they're coming from, what part of themselves are you coming from? It's fine to be passionate. You can tell there's a line when someone's being passionate and empathetic with what they're saying, and someone's being vindictive and forceful with their voice and being. That's not a healthy place, and that's not who you want to listen to. You definitely can listen to the more passionate, heartful positions and really consider following people who are from the heart, because you want to keep the heart in your decisions. Lead with your heart, listen to your heart, and have a beautiful day. And I will see you next time. I am for you, I am for the peace within you. Be still and know the goodness, and keep your hope alive and your spirit alive, and believe that things are getting better, and do your part and take action, positive action within your choices today. And I will see you next time. And remember, I am aware of you and grateful that you are in my life. Peace, oops. Peace out, and I will see you next time.